Thank you, Anna. Hello, I'm Tammy Salius, and I'll be presenting several case studies and critical incidences pertaining to China. China has a growing global influence, so the importance of understanding the cross-cultural differences is necessary for successful partnerships. One way is to be familiar with Chinese cultural characteristics. Here's a recent case study that highlights current Chinese characteristics from a journal article from Shi Ao Tao and Ze Jingli, which examines the influence of Chinese culture and finance. Volkswagen and China's partnership was chosen to be examined because they are one of the earliest and most successful international partners in China's automobile industry. They conducted an interview with 6 senior managers. Table 1 shows information about the managers, whereas Table 2 displays an open-ended questionnaire given to them. All 6 managers found working with their Chinese partners challenging because they lacked the understanding of Chinese culture. Here are important characteristics of Chinese culture that the managers learned. First, Chinese people do not separate private from professional life. Based on the study, 5 out of 6 interviewees established friendships with their partners from the beginning of operating business. Interviewee D said that business meetings are not held only at the workplace, but usually outside an office, such as restaurants. Chinese people have also adapted to universal standards, such as many of the younger generation speaks English. As a result, it's easier now to conduct business in China. However, understanding Chinese culture will avoid cultural misunderstandings. The next 2 slides will demonstrate the impact of international marketing and advertising when done wrong. In 2018, Dolce Gabbana, a luxury Italian fashion brand, released an ad campaign video for an up-and-coming fashion show. Now let's take a look at one of the ads.
玛格丽特披萨饼，欢迎收看 Dolce Gabbana 洗快吃饭第1集。今天我们首先要向大家展示如何用这种小棍子形状的餐具来吃我们伟大的传统玛格丽特披萨饼。你们是不是一手拿一根，像小刀一样切一块披萨饼呢？不是这样。对，这样就对了。所以就是像钳子一样夹住一块披萨饼，直接送进嘴里。哦，别让奶酪滴下来。Bravissimo!
A link will be provided to see the remaining ads. What is the issue? The campaign is controversial because it trivialized a century-old Chinese culture of chopstick use. After the release of the ads, many Chinese consumers expressed their outrage on how the company had the audacity to teach them how to use chopsticks. In an article by Bloomberg, the Ministry of Culture and Tourism canceled the show, stating, if one is not willing to understand China, eventually it will lose the China market and the benefits arising from China's growth. This showcases a cross-cultural issue where Chinese culture is devalued because it's being viewed through another country's perspective. In 2019, Bvlgari, another luxury Italian brand, placed this ad for the Lunar New Year. The ad was controversial because it used an offensive pun that tied Jewish culture to Chinese culture. The ad was for the Year of the Pig, and in Mandarin, Zhu, ZHU, means pig, which is similar to the English pronunciation of Jew. According to an article written by Pan in the Jing Daily, the headline of the ad translated reads, "Be my bright Jew in the palm." There wasn't any backlash to this ad because the Chinese were unaware of the Jewish cultural ties. Using a comparison of 2 case studies will help grasp the importance of cultural awareness. First, let's take a look at a bad example. This case examined how Home Depot failed in China because they didn't pay attention to the mentality of the Chinese middle class. Manual labor symbolizes class, which is looked down upon by the middle class. According to Gao, a major principle of Confucius, once said, "Those who work with their brain rule, and those who work with their muscles are ruled." Also, the middle class is brand conscious. They associate top brands with being well known, and Western brands are viewed this way. However, Home Depot fell short in being well known. Finally, the middle class is price savvy and are comparative shoppers. Therefore, they like to examine products in their hands. Now, Carrefour, a French company that successfully expanded its retail stores in China, will illustrate the right way to do business. Their success was due to their business strategy. The company was divided into 4 parts: East, South, Middle, and North, where managerial staff was local. They gained local insight by listening to the local managers' feedbacks. Also, they adapted themselves to local customers' demand. They resized their shops to 3,000 square meter shops and sold their products based on region, big cities versus mainland. As a result, Carrefour saw profits that consistently rose since entering the market in 2007 to 2011. Carrefour found an appropriate cultural entry into China by understanding how to sell, and that differentiation is key to success in China. To conclude, I hope you understand how crucial it is in understanding Chinese culture. Thank you for listening, and next will be a presentation by Kevin May.